Good morning. My name is Jason Rowntree. I'm Associate Professor of Animal Science at Michigan State University, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here this morning. And so to get down to business, I'd like to set up the ethos for this conference. Last year, we talked about and made a theme of reconciling land and life. And that reconciliation, I think, that Kate talked about in her video, coming back to the land. And the fact that it is so incumbent on us that our spirit and our ethos is tied to the land that provides for us. And now taking that theme and moving forward into the 10th grass-fed exchange, we talk about amplify. And if you remember, or maybe saw our videos, or one theme that we talked about last year is that you can't put new wine in old wineskins, that you can't take a new movement and throw it back into an old organizational framework. And so building upon that, building upon a movement that is different in terms of its type and kind and structure, it leaves linearity behind and it embraces emergence and self-organization as we move forward. I would like to also add to that theme and tie in what we mean by amplify, to increase, to make greater. It comes back to service. And I go back to just in my own walk, my own heart, not trying to infringe on your beliefs or what you think and look at life. But I read in Scripture, and there's a man that was believed to be the Son of God, and he's out doing all these wonderful miracles. And this young rich man came up to him and he said, Sir, he said, good teacher, what can I do to get to heaven? And this man who had all these miracles and could do all this, he said, why do you call me good? Nobody is good except our Creator. And so taking that ethos and that aspect that each and every one of us, while we bring things to the table, we all have our challenges, we all have our flaws, we all have our aspects that we need to work on. In this age of polarizing politics, that can we amplify a level of service, a level of edification? In fact, just past that area, there is a story about these men that walked miles and miles on this dirt road, and they came to the Passover, and their chief leader sat them down. He got a bucket of water, a bowl of water, and although he was the good teacher, the great one, he washed their feet. He put himself below and edified others. And so as we think about amplify, what do we mean? We can talk about improving grasslands, we can talk about stewardship, but it is about a social movement, a social aspect going forward, that we embrace the differences in each other, that we work together, that we edify and build something greater than ourselves. And so moving into that, I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, let's take our organizational hats off. Let's take our grass-fed versus grain-fed off. Let's take our import versus export off. Let's take all these challenges that exist among us and realize that we're all going to have problems, that we're all flawed, and focus on the aspects of what we can do to make this landscape better for future generations. Because it's not about oil, it's not about corn, it's not about a GMO or a chemical. Those are all objects, they're tools. But it's how we view things in terms of stewardship and improving landscapes as we move forward is what's truly important. Because only then can we really put ourselves above these objects to push forward to something greater. And so it's so awesome, and I'm a privilege to be here to come back to South Dakota for Grass-Fed 10 Amplify. So as you look back, 10 years ago, we had the first grass-fed exchange in Yankton, South Dakota. How many people were here for that? How many people were here? That was 10 years ago, and now isn't it fitting with the leadership of Terry Gompert, Wayne Rasmussen, and others that we're back in South Dakota? I'd just like to, that's an awesome thing to be here. So we always do this. How many have been here for all 10? Raise your hand. A few of you, stand up. There's a few of you in here. How about between 5 and 9? Stand up or raise your hand. How about raise your hand? Okay. How many is this your first grass-fed exchange? There we go. Well, what started then 10 years ago in a small, or I don't know if it's small, in Yankton, South Dakota, a small meeting. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have 41 states, 4 provinces of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Denmark, and England in this room in South Dakota. And so as we progress into an awesome 3 days, just a few acknowledgments. First and foremost, if our board and advisors for the Grass-Fed Exchange, could you guys stand up, please? Maggie, you stand up. Can our South Dakota group stand up? Everybody from South Dakota, the Grasslands Coalition that has helped put this together, you guys stand up. Where are you? The guts of this conference, our herd scholars, our youth, our future. You guys stand up. Where are you? Our sponsors, where are y'all? Let me see you. Where's our sponsors? We couldn't do this without you. Our trade show, all those people. Fantastic. Our producers, consumers, everybody else. Hell, y'all just stand up too. Where are you? They're not. There we go. We got them there. Amplify, to increase, to make greater. That's what we're about here today. And it's an honor and a privilege again to be here.